PNY XLR8 CS3140 SSD Review. The XLR8 CS3140 is one of the fastest and most reliable Gen 4.0 SSD drives available today. Even though the hardware has been in the twilight stage of its lifespan, this drive is still worth buying because of its performance. It's not about slowing down at any point, and it doesn't drop the ball when files get bigger. Read on to learn why the PNY XLR8 CS3140 can now be considered one of the top solid-state drives this year. The design of the new PNY XLR8 isn't too different from the previous ones in the line. It may look similar to earlier designs, but it doesn't follow the same style. My review unit kept things simple. There was no included motherboard heatsink nor PS5 case back then. Looks aside though, what really made the PNY XLR8 stand out is the hard drive's leading FIS and E18 controllers, which were easily among the best ones you could get to this day. Although it's soon to be superseded by the manufacturer's forthcoming E26 models, there's nothing slow about the one already installed on the chips here. PNY XLR8 and how accommodating it is towards being used in both laptops and desktops. Coming in stock, it can easily be inserted into any computer system. It'd be an excellent choice for those who wish to make their own computers. At competitive prices, it'll be a great buy for anyone who wishes to upgrade their current systems. This extends to the 128-layer 3D DBC non-flash memory and 2GB DDR4 DRAM cache. While seeing cheaper Gen 4.1 models forgo DRAM entirely, such as was the case with the Solidigm P42 Plus, the option to utilize it here really helps the M.2 drive reach the goal. What this all means for you is that you're seeing maximum achievable sequential rates approaching the limit. With its stated read speeds of up to 7,500 megabytes per second and write speeds of up to 5,650 megabytes per second. PNY claims that this hard disk is capable of delivering some impressive performance figures. However, these numbers jump up considerably when going from 1 terabyte to 2 terabytes and beyond. Meaning that if you're looking for the fastest possible speed, you'll need to go for the larger capacity models. PNY XLR8 performed admirably and was able to read and record data at an average rate of 5,924.71 megabytes per second. We also noticed that the drive didn't perform too shabbily when writing files, recording a speed of 4,726.85 megabytes per second. While these numbers aren't mind-blowing, they are certainly respectable enough for a budget hard disk drive. This is corroborated, not only by Anvil Pro but also by Anvil Pro, who gave me a combined figure for my drive of 20,997.5. As expected from an NVMe Express SSD running the FIS and PXE1008 controller, I was able to push beyond the 20,000 thresholds easily. This is something that the aforementioned drives, and the Western Digital Black SN850, could not do despite similar write speeds. The X25E drives performed well when moving large files between computers running Windows 10 Pro. They weren't quite as fast as some high-end SSDs, but they did perform better than most hard disk drives we've tested. Consistency is not only the name of the rulebook here. Although the rates measured within Steam's internal data transmission client were not quite as blistering as through the operating system itself, they've got to be applauded. Highlights consist of Guilty Gear, Strive, which went about with an ordinary of 1.517 GB per second. By comparison, Mortal Kombat 11 was transferred around at a pace of 1.447 GB/s. That's not really any significant drop, given that the later file is simply over 5 times the size.